Hi team, welcome to this episode of Team Member Spotlight, and today I have the pleasure of talking to Miss Kadian Walker. Kadian, welcome to Team Member Spotlight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, Kadian, tell the team what you do here at the CMSO.
All right, so I'm a medical credentialing coordinator. I'm on the Rapisa under the Streamline team, but I'm currently in the initial team right now.
Oh, cross training, I love it. And tell me, when did you join our team? When did you come to the CMSO?
Okay, so I came here last year on November 4th. So November will be 1 year.
Okay, almost 1 year coming up on it. Oh, well, welcome. I'm so glad we got you. Thank you for joining this team.
Of course.
So let's talk a little bit about your career journey. I want to know where you started, how you ended up here. Tell me what that looked like.
All right, so it's a funny story. I never started in the medical field. I was always in insurance. That's motor and property insurance.
Okay.
So like all my career life, it was insurance until I came here in 2017, where I tried to find jobs in insurance, but that I wasn't successful. I started out, I was in Florida first, and so I kind of toggled. I got a job in American Express. I was working there for a little bit, and then I got another job as a credential coordinator, but it was at a home, I think it's a home warranty company.
Okay.
Right, and then I moved to New York. I took a big leap to New York.
So from Florida to New York?
Yeah.
That was a big difference.
I know, it was. Like everybody told me that, oh, New York is gonna chew you out. But then I was up for the challenge. I didn't have a job, but I was just like going with the flow. So I went to New York, and then I got a job as an enrollment specialist with a company. I worked, I think I did it for like a year, and then I transitioned into credentialing as a credentialing coordinator. And I was working at that job until last year. Then I applied to Nova,
and you came here. So
right.
from New York, so Florida, where were you born at?
I was born in Jamaica.
Oh, I was hoping to get that out. Okay. All right. So, and then Florida. So Florida, New York to North Carolina. Wow.
Yeah.
Those are major transitions.
I know.
Well, we are glad to have you.
Thank you.
So, Katie, and I want to know, throughout your career, whether it's career or personal life, who or what has been most influential? And tell me why.
All right. For me, I would say maybe me.
Okay. Self-motivated.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is that I think I've been through a lot of struggles in my lifetime. I was married before, and then I went through separation and then divorce. But one thing that I was sure of is that by any means necessary, I would make it. So I always pushed towards like all of my goals that I wanted to achieve, because I wanted to motivate me, and I also want to motivate my daughter as well.
Yes, that's amazing, that perseverance, that self-drive and determination. So I get that. I can really relate to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about work-life balance. You know, we've got so many different work schedules, work locations. We are a large team and predominantly remote. I want to know how Kadian balances work and life. You mentioned your daughter. So how do you balance and manage that?
All right, that's a good question. All right, so what I do, I think like when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is pray.
Yes.
I always ask God for guidance and just to take control of my day.
Yes.
After I do that, sometimes I'll exercise, not all the time, I would say, but sometimes I center myself by like exercising, like just focusing. I listen to like motivational speech and so on, like to kind of prep me out through the day.
To set the stage for a good day.
And then I start working.
Yeah.
And my coffee, coffee, of course.
Oh, coffee. Okay, there we go. Coffee kicks the brain on.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about after work. What does that look like? So work duties are done. The day is over. What do you do to kind of separate, okay, this is the work day. How do I get back into my personal life?
All right, so it's kind of funny, but what I do, sometimes I will exercise again, or I'm always listening to podcasts
Okay.
because I like to like keep my mind and my brain stimulated. So
Yeah.
I'm always listening to That's a Must podcast. Sometimes I'll connect with my family because some of them are in Jamaica, like my mom and my dad. So I'll connect with them just to check in to see how they're doing, and then I'll help with homework or just to steer homework because it doesn't.
How are you with that new math? I was working with my grandson the other day, and he was teaching me the new math, and I'm like, huh?
Sometimes I Google. To be honest, sometimes I just Google just because I don't get it all the time.
I was so confused. I was like, well, what we did back in the day.
Exactly.
It's so confusing.
I know.
So I want to talk a little bit more about that. Let's talk about hobbies, recreation. What do you like to do for fun?
All right. So for me, I like painting. I'll
Ooh.
paint from furniture to walls to anything that I can get my hands on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I like to paint.
So artistry, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned your daughter. Do you have any pets in the home? What does your home life look like?
All right, so it's just me and my daughter.
Okay.
We don't have a pet. I know that she wants a dog, but
Oh, she does.
I don't think she can manage a dog. Yeah.
Not ready yet?
No, I don't think so.
What is your daughter's name?
Her name is Nia.
How old is she?
Well, she says that she's 12, but she'll be 12 in November, so on the 16th.
November 16th.
Yeah.
Okay. I've met her. She's adorable. I love her.
And she's artistic too. Like she's
She's
good
very
at art.
creative.
Yeah.
I can. I think I picked up on that.
Yeah.
So last thing, I want you to tell me a little known fact, something that very few people know about Kadian.
All right, so I've always liked to like dabble in art and like do stuff like that, but in recent time I've been like repurposing like old furniture, like antique furniture. So I'm
Ooh.
into that kind of space.
Okay.
I'm sanding and painting and doing that kind of stuff. I'm learning to use like the Orbix saws and those kind of things too.
Okay.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
How are you
but I
learning?
haven't.
Are you YouTubing and trying? Like, are you?
Well, funny thing is that like in the summer I actually did a course.
Okay.
A woodwork course. So it taught me some basic like cutting and like sanding and like putting stuff together.
Wow.
So yeah,
I did not
actually
know
did
that. Well, the artist in you, the creator in you, I can see how that plays a role. Now, speaking of that, tell me what you wanted to be as a child. What was your childhood aspiration?
Well, I wanted to be a doctor, actually. I really wanted to, but I think maybe like after seeing like blood and like all of those things, it kind of scared me. But like I'm very like inclined like and in tune with my body and like with like medicine, like not like like just to know like different things that I can do.
Mind,
like,
body, soul.
Right.
The
So
whole
sometimes
self.
I feel like I'm a doctor. I don't know why I'm not one, but
I love it.
it's
Well,
life.
you could be one. I can see that.
I know.
I can definitely see that. Minus all the blood. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't like the blood.
Well, Kadian, thank you so much for sharing that information with us. Team Member Spotlight is a way for the team to get familiar with you. And just from sitting here these few minutes, I learned a little bit more about you than what I knew before. So I just thank you for coming in and taking the time and talking with me today.
Thank you.
All right.
It was a
All right.
pleasure.
It was my pleasure.
It's mine too.
All right, team. Well, this is Team Member Spotlight featuring Kadian Walker, and I will have her email information available so you can reach out to her. Send her a message about woodworking or any of the things that she shared with us today. Again, Kadian, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and this ends Team Member Spotlight. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.